What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy TC. You feel me? First time doing a reaction video. This is probably gonna be one of my first videos on that I post on YouTube. I was gonna post a video like introducing things that I was gonna, bring to my channel and stuff like that. But I'm so ready to jump right into it that that's what I'm gonna do. You feel me? Hopefully y'all can hear me and all that. This is a mic, a headset that I use when I'm on Twitch and I'm streaming and all that. So I don't really have a mic right now. Getting the Yeti though, I'm gonna order it and I'm gonna set that up and hopefully have a better audio. But hopefully y'all can hear me and everything is everything. But for today's plan, we're gonna be reacting. First reaction video, we're gonna be reacting to NBA 2K26. All right. Now hopefully NBA 2K26 is better than the previous 2Ks that we done had. I haven't played NBA 2K25 in a few months. I ain't gonna lie, I haven't played in a few months. My homie's been hitting me up and I don't even like give it I don't even bother. Like, you feel me? I got 99 three ball. I'm still going 7 for 20. And it's like I know it's not me. I know my shot. You feel me? I haven't played this since I got a new monitor though. I've been playing 2K like on a regular big screen, so maybe that was it. I don't know. I know like the monitor is supposed to be smoother, it's supposed to be, high performance, whatever the case may be. But the reason why I haven't played it is because like I don't know, the mechanics was just off to me. You feel me? I just lost it. And then for all the other games, Marvel Rivals, Rematch, stuff like that, I kind of just gravitated towards the other games and kind of took a step away from 2K. But without any further ado, let's get into it. So we're gonna watch the gameplay trailer. I'm not sure if there's any gameplay out there, but if it is any gameplay out there, we'll probably watch that as well. And that's gonna be the end of this video. You feel me? And then after this, the video, whatever the case may be, I'll probably speak on other things to come. But look fire. Let's see what this is, guys.
What's up, y'all? Tyrese Halliburton here with NBA 2K gameplay director Mike Wang to break down this year's new gameplay features in 2K26. Today, we'll discuss the new Pro Play motion engine, enhanced rhythm shooting, and other advanced controls. Now let's get to it.
This year, ProPlay technology is evolving, bringing more authenticity than ever before through advancements in rhythm shooting, new customization options on offense, an all-new dynamic motion engine, and much more.
Pro Play motion engine.
In 2K20,
Now look, 2K got a habit of like they got a habit of taking things away that we really want and putting things in there that we really don't want. You feel me? So I hope this is not one of them things. because I'm gonna be real upset. But let's see. Let's check it out.
26, ProPlay powers the all-new dynamic motion engine, using machine learning technology to make your actions feel more lifelike and realistic. Dynamic lower body pose matching adjusts the exact positioning of players' legs and feet on the fly to remove the skating seen in past games and ensure that players launch, plant, and cut realistically. This is the biggest change to player movement since NBA 2K21, offering a fresh and authentic feeling every time you step on the court.
And that's the same year I made it to the league. It's wild to see how gameplay's evolved the last couple of years.
Players who take advantage of the rhythm shooting mechanic will notice more responsive and authentic jump shots that simulate a true shooting motion. We really wanted to emphasize creating a skill-based environment in 2K26 that blends authenticity with competition for a more rewarding experience. This renewed focus will be felt across multiple gameplay features, from shot outcomes to successful blocks and steals and loose balls and rebounds.
As a shooter, that sounds awesome. But what about potential changes to moves in the post?
Big men in NBA 2K26 will now be able to leverage all new signature go-to post shots by holding up on the shot stick while in the post. Players can lean into a host of new moves, including shimmy floaters, baby hooks, and up and unders. Playing with your back to the basket is a lost art, but those who are able to master it can take advantage in the paint.
I'm glad they're moving back towards that. I always wanted to make like a mellow.
In previous versions of NBA 2K, layups were limited by a single signature layup package. But this year, players can draw inspiration from around the league to mix and match standard layups, floaters, quick scoops, Euro steps, hop steps.
I'm also trying to see, like, I'm also excited to see how the my player build is going to be. I'm not sure if they got those things out there right now. This is my first time actually looking up any 2K26 type gameplay or whatever the case may be. But as far as the my player build, I know in the recent years they made it to where like you can't really like be a demi. Like people are always gonna try to like, make that type of character. But like in the recent years they made it to where like you either good in this or this. You can't have you can't have best of the both worlds. You feel me? So with that being said, as far as like the reason why I haven't made up in the post player is because it's like you either miss out on rebounding, defense, you miss out on something, you feel me? And I like to make an all around type player, you feel me, with a little bit more defense, a little bit more shooting, but for the most part, I like to be well rounded. However, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what that my player build gonna look like with this added in the post move.
And spins and determine exactly how they want to finish around the rim. 2K26 uses system-driven technology to generate player-to-player collisions that are more reliable compared to previously scripted motion-captured animations. Coupled with new dynamic motion, this change improves the freedom of authentic movement for both the dribbler and on-ball defender. Interior defense has also been redesigned so that it's easier to put a body on shooters when they're finishing around the rim and make body-to-body contact in the air. And bigs will feel increased physicality when roaming in the paint. Last but not least, we've added some new offensive controls to give players a more intuitive, deliberate, and free-flowing experience. Ball handlers can now shield themselves from steals by reacting with the Quick Protect mechanic. The introduction of Quick Protect will bring more balance and lead to more skill-based outcomes. You can even use it to put defenders in jail, just like Luka and other strong guards love to do. For spot-up shooters, you can use the new Quick Shot feature by holding the left trigger on catch-and-shoot shots. This will skip the dip and allow you to get your shots off super quick like Klay Thompson. Slashers now have access to slow-motion Euro step gathers, something we've been seeing a lot of in the league lately from players like yourself and Ant. This will help you navigate through the paint and around defenders by decelerating to throw defenders off and create space with a slow-mo finish. And finally, another highly requested feature is the ability to force rat passes, which will allow you to feed the corner three or thread the needle to a cutting teammate and avoid defenders playing the passing lanes.
As a big-time 2K fan, I can't wait to get my hands on 2K26 and experience these all-new features for myself.
Gameplay in NBA 2K26 has taken a giant leap forward, with more personalization and variety, faster pace, and more skill-based gameplay.
Whether you're a new player or a veteran like me, everyone can master the fundamentals in these all-new moves. Pre-order NBA 2K26 Superstar or Leave No Doubt Edition today and hit the court sooner with
I ain't gonna lie,
Early access starting on August 29th.
I always pre-order 2K, and I always say I'm not. But I ain't gonna lie, this year, just based on what I've seen just now, the thought of, oh, I'm not pre-ordering that, it didn't pop up. That's one thing I could say. It didn't pop up just based off what I just seen. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing. Let me see. Do they got gameplay?
Ladies and gentlemen, we finally have official NBA 2K26 gameplay. We got about 2 minutes of gameplay here, and then there will be more scattered throughout the video as we break down the detailed courtside report highlighting new changes to gameplay and new gameplay features. But listen, obviously this is just one of those cinematic trailers from Play Now, you know, with the NBA players, so you don't learn a ton about the gameplay, but at least we get to see what the game is looking like here. So get your comments in down below, and let's start the discussion throughout this video about what you're seeing in the gameplay, and then of course, even more importantly, what we're reading in that courtside report. But as we get closer to the 2K26 launch date, you guys know I'll be covering all the news as it happens, everything you're going to want to know about NBA 2K26. This is the place to be. And then of course, if I get invited to any early access events, I will have those builds, all that trailer, what is going to be changed and what are the new features and stuff like that. So I'm more interested in the courtside report, which we're about to get to in about 15 seconds. But I know some people, we've got custom layup packages. We've got a whole bunch to break down, and I am excited. It's that time of year. It's like, you know, like for a 2K player, it's like Christmas. You're just waiting. You're just waiting for that launch date to get your hands on the game so you can actually experience it for the first time. Let's break down this courtside report. Gameplay courtside report, gameplay powered by ProPlay. So ProPlay is back, expands the NBA 2K26 on Gen 9 platforms. Basically just a brief introduction. If y'all want to pause the video, you can read it. But let's get into what the video is really about. Let's get into some of these details when it comes to the gameplay. So ProPlay motion engine. ProPlay powers all new dynamic motion in NBA 2K26, generated from real-world NBA footage that influences all on-court movement, offense, defense, and off-ball. This new motion engine is the biggest change to player movement since NBA 2K21 and further advances the one-to-one realism in gameplay, which took a giant leap forward with the dribble engine introduced in NBA 2K25. Now, there's a lot of information here. I'm not going to try to give my opinion on absolutely everything because then this video is going to be an hour long, but I will give my opinion about a few things, saying that it's the biggest change to player movement since NBA 2K21. Okay, that sounds significant. But then the whole thing about, which took a giant leap forward with the dribble engine introduced on 2K25. I don't know about that one. All right, let's keep it going. New machine.
I'm telling you, 2K is known for taking things away from previous years that we like and adding things, as you've seen from like recent years that we do not like. And I don't understand why they do that. Like, I do not understand it. I don't think I ever will.
Learning technology in NBA 2K26 on Gen 9 offers more precise, lifelike movement, which is noticeable in the most fundamental elements of the game. Dynamic lower body pose, matching, adjust the exact positioning of players' legs and feet on the fly to remove the skating seen in past games and ensure that players launch, plant, and cut realistically. Now, this was something we saw in the cinematic trailer last year where, you know, everybody made those memes about, what was it, like precise stops and launches and things like that. So it always comes down to the execution of how they actually implement these things, because a lot of times, you know, they'll talk about things like they did last year and then the game, you know, ends up being completely different. But it would be nice. It sounds great to remove the skating seen in past games and ensure that players launch, plant, and cut realistically. That would be a beautiful thing in my opinion. But let's keep it going. Together, these systems work in harmony to not only make motion look better than ever before, but also leads to improvements across all areas of gameplay to create a fresh and authentic feeling when playing so you can compete at the highest level. Get your comments in down below about the new motion engine they're talking about, but we're gonna keep it going. We got rhythm shooting. Rhythm shooting is back, but it is completely different. Check this out, man. Watching so many of you discover and embrace rhythm shooting mechanic to improve your shooting ability has been thrilling and rewarding. Seeing a heightened competition has inspired us to push the envelope of rhythm shooting and bolster its strengths. Now pay attention here because I had to read this about 5 times to really understand what they were saying. And I'll try to break it down quickly for y'all in my own words. But in NBA 2K26, rhythm shooting extends beyond mimicking each player's signature shooting animation to giving you full control over every aspect of the shot. This shooting control method still relies on the up-down flicking motion with the shot stick, but now your shot timing and tempo will actually manipulate the shooter's upper body and impact how the shot looks throughout the complete motion by reflecting how you move the shot stick. From the start, you'll see and feel the difference between early, late, slow, and fast releases. If you flick up early and rush your shot, you can do quick releases. If you flick up late and slowly, you'll see the effect with a delayed pushing motion and lazier release.
I think that's good. I think you'll be able to see your cues. You'll be able to like read your cues a little bit more if that's what I'm getting from it. You feel me? I think that's what I'm getting from it. I would love to see like how rather than it just being like in the previous years, like if it's late release or early release or whatever the case may be, it's still kind of like the same cue, as opposed to if what I just heard correctly, if it's delayed, if it's too quick, you'll be able to see that cue of it being late or early. You feel me? So now you got a better idea of like when to actually release that shot.
Enhanced feature grants more freedom than ever before to decide what type of jump shot you want to take. Counter a closeout by initiating a quick release and intentionally rushing your shot, and still knock it down by executing excellent rhythm shooting tempo. Overall, players who take advantage of rhythm shooting mechanic will experience more responsive and authentic jump shots that simulate a true shooting motion. So essentially, what I understand from this, and I could be wrong, but again, I had to read this a bunch of times, was y'all remember watching Kobe? When Kobe would like get into the midi or a close shot and he would rise up and the defender would be like above him, so he would block the shot. So Kobe would instead hang, wait for the defender to go down, and then he would release it at the very last second before he hit the ground type thing.
Right.
Basically, what I understand is they're trying to say you could do that with rhythm shooting and still green it because you can delay the release of your shot, but then still green it because the tempo, you end up greening the tempo on it. Y'all let me know down in the comments what y'all think. Get into the offense though. Whole lot of information here, okay? Develop a robust post game with all new signature go-to post shots and become a lethal slasher with custom layups. Gameplay in NBA 2K26 has been improved to be more well-rounded and suitable for all archetypes. Again, it's beautiful to hear, but it's all about how they execute, and hopefully they execute properly, because that would be a beautiful thing. Green or miss shot timing. Green or miss shot timing will be universal in NBA 2K26, so that each mode has an even playing field. This means on higher difficulties, including most competitive multiplayer modes. That means playing online. Only excellent timing green shots will go in. However, shot timing windows scale by difficulty and will be less forgiving in competitive modes like Proving Grounds and Pro-Am, but more forgiving in team control modes like My Team, where you have to adapt to different shot timings. Also, by the sounds of this, it would be like, it's green or miss, like they said, in all competitive multiplayer modes. I'm thinking it's green or miss in all online modes by the sounds of this, but the difference is in rec, your green window is going to be bigger than it would be in like competitive modes like Proving Grounds or Pro-Am. That's what I'm taking from this, all right? But let's keep going. In addition, layup timing is permanent.
And that's another thing with 2K, like, you feel me? Like, I don't know how I feel about the green windows being different based on the different modes. I know like in 2K25 and in the past that's been a thing. I'm not too sure if that should be something that's ongoing. You feel me? Now, based on what it says here, is like he just said, is universal. But you feel me? There'll be smaller and more competitive modes. Now, granted, if we're talking about like pro-am and things of that nature, cool. You feel me? But all the other modes should be like, it should be the same. It should be the same, especially if you're talking about a game where the green windows and the shots, the shooting is just like not consistent, is not accurate. It needs to be the same. I'm not gonna lie.
Enabled to separate skilled finishers and make those highly contested finishes at the rim even more spectacular and impressive. Ultimately, we wanted to emphasize skill-based competitive gameplay where your actions on the sticks provide more control of the outcomes you see in game. This renewed focus will be felt across multiple gameplays, from shot outcomes to successful blocks and steals and loose balls and rebounds. Again, it sounds great. I just hope the execution is on par with these words. Let's keep going. Signature go-to post shots. So this sounds like it's go-to shots, but in the post, basically. It's been encouraging to see players incorporate signature go-to shots in their game and leverage real-world crossovers to create separation, like Steph Curry and Tyrese Halliburton's signature dribble step-back jumpers. I'm gonna be honest. Not a lot of people use go-to shots in 2K25. I feel like Jalen Suggs, people use that, and then obviously people use Kevin Durant go-to, but they didn't use Kevin Durant go-to for the go-to shot. They used Kevin Durant go-to to then cancel out of it and basically be able to somewhat speed boost on bigger players. I don't think, y'all let me know down in the comments. I could be wrong, but from what I saw, people were not out there like using Steph's go-to shot to get shots off. Like, that's not what my experience on 25, but again, maybe your experience was different. While we've shown a lot of love to the elusive play styles of the NBA's greatest backcourt players, this year's system is growing to better support the dominant big men we see in the modern NBA. Utilize all new signature go-to post shots by holding the right stick up while in the post. Lean into a host of new moves, including shimmy, floaters, baby hooks, and up and unders.
I ain't gonna lie. Now that I'm like I just started streaming and stuff, like I got my new PC. I say new PC. I got my first PC. When I got this shit, like probably like last month or something like that. You feel me? I know it hasn't been 2 months, but now that I got the PC and all that, and I'm trying to like build the community and build the following, I literally can't wait for 2K to come out.
Signature go-to post shots could be something cool. We'll see. This is one of the biggest things in this whole article right here. Custom layups. In the past, your single signature layup package determined all of your layup types.
Right.
But in NBA 2K26, you can mix and match layup styles to draw inspiration from signature packages from around the league. These advanced layup types consist of normal and reverse layups, floaters, quick scoops, euros, hop steps, and spins. This is, in my opinion, this is one of the biggest pieces of news in here. We've got custom jump shots. We've got custom dunk packages. Now you've got custom layup packages. So you could put on Devin Booker floater, but then have Trae Young quick scoops with Giannis euros. Y'all get what I'm saying? You could start to mix and match layup packages.
I'm jacking that.
Now, hopefully layups on 26 are better, because in 25, I feel like layups were like so just hit or miss. It was like the bad takes would go in, the good takes would miss. You couldn't see the green window on the layups, which they already told you you're going to be able to see green windows on layups, dunks, jump shots, all that stuff on the meter. So that's beautiful. Now you could customize your layup package. You know, I like the sounds of it. I like the sounds of the custom layup package. Wreak havoc on the competition by utilizing Steph's graceful layups, James Harden's shifty Euro steps, SGA's elusive hop steps, and Nikola Jokic's nimble spin move to create a dominant custom package. Explore the bevy of post move and layup options when customizing your My Player and editing players in rosters. Now let's get on to the defense. Play freely and with physicality in 2K26 using body ups and collisions to antagonize opponents. Body up and collisions. 2K26 uses system-driven technology to generate player-to-player collisions that are more reliable compared to previously scripted motion-captured animations. Coupled with new dynamic motion, this change improves the freedom of movement for both the dribbler and on-ball defender. Interior defense has been redesigned so that it's easier to get strong body bumps in the air when contesting finishers at the rim. Bigs will feel increased physicality when roaming in the paint. New rebound timing feedback. So this is different now. This rebounding thing right here, this is a little different. I feel like it was in past 2Ks, but now it's visual. In 2K26, a green meter will flash beneath your player's feet to indicate a well-timed rebound attempt. The ideal time to jump for a rebound is just before the ball makes its final bounce off the rim, and higher rebounding attribute ratings will make it easier to nail your timing. Excellent timing can significantly boost your chance of securing the board. Now, rebound timing, I feel like has been a thing in 2K forever. Like if you time the jump, it's not guaranteed, but a lot of times you get a better jump animation because you timed it properly and you get the rebound more often.
I ain't gonna lie, if you play basketball or you got like experience of playing basketball, not just like playing the game. Of course, playing the game for a long period of time, like people that play 2K for mad long, they'll probably be able to get it. But if you play basketball, like for real, like if you know when to jump for the rebound. You feel me? And if 2K is they're going more to the realistic side, this shouldn't be a problem. This shouldn't be a problem because you know when to jump for the rebound. You know when you jump too early, too late. You feel me? So this, I don't really got no words for this. This should be good.
Now it's saying when you do that, it's going to flash green. So it's basically like you're greening rebounds. Let me know what y'all think about that in the comments.
Yeah, I think
Let's go down to controls here. Dictate
cool.
every facet of the game with new and revamped controls for a more intuitive, deliberate, and free-flowing experience. With this, overall game speed in 2K26 is now sped up. Game speed is faster, according to this, to reward players with faster decision-making who can read the court, anticipate their opponent, and react quicker. Quick Protect. Ball handlers can now tap the left trigger to initiate Quick Protect movements to shield the ball and evade steals. If you see a defender reaching for a steal and react quickly enough with a Quick Protect, you can counter it. This balances the steal system by introducing more skill-based outcomes. You can also put defenders in a compromising position by using Quick Protect while driving to the rim. Decelerate and pin your opponent against your hip to trap them in defender jail. Some of the craftiest ball handlers like Brunson, Luka, Trey, all excel at this, making them incredibly challenging to guard. If that's actually effective, that would be really cool, because that is something that, like, in real life, people do it all the time.
If it's effective, you feel me? That's the key word here, man. All this sound good, you feel me? But when the game come out, we're gonna see.
But I feel like in 2K, it's not really that effective. If it actually is effective, that would change ways you could manipulate defenses in 2K. No dip, catch, and shoots. Hold the left trigger when receiving a pass while standing still to square up. Catch the ball high and seamlessly transition directly into your shooting motion in rhythm to get the shot up quickly. Knock down shots like Klay Thompson and Ray Allen as defenders race to close out before you release. I feel like the left trigger thing has been in 2K, but I guess now it's like an official control. We'll see how people utilize that.
Official.
Revamp signature size-ups. Signature size-up controls have been improved for a more intuitive experience. Now you can rock the Pro Stick back and forth, left and right, or repeatedly flick the Pro Stick up to execute two different size-up combinations. These size-ups will help you create separation from your defender while retaining the realistic look provided by Pro Play. Slow motion Euro steps, another layup thing. Listen to this. After initiating a Euro step, you can hold the left trigger at any point to deliberately decelerate mid-move to throw defenders off and create space. After initiating a Euro step, you can hold the left trigger at any point to deliberately decelerate mid-move to throw defenders off and create space with a slow motion drag step finish. Slither through the lane and control the pace to send defenders careening? To send defenders past you. To send defenders careening past you. Sorry. Listen. My first thing when I think of that is, okay, like a Luka. You know what I mean? He goes to the Euro and then like he'll kind of like slow plant and let the defender like jump past him basically before he lays it up. But could you do it on 2K and then hold right trigger and turn it into a dunk? So you slow motion Euro and then your player just goes into a dunk? I don't know, just where my head went. Probably not, but that would be like super glitchy. And they'd probably need to change that. I'm not really sure. I guess Giannis kind of does like the slow Euro into a dunk sometimes. I don't know. Anyways, let's not waste any more. Let's keep going. Rat passes. Rat passes now have a dedicated control by double tapping circle or B. Okay, so no more flashies when you double tap B or circle. It's rat pass. This expands the toolkit for playmakers to determine when you want to do a rat pass and ensures you aren't throwing the ball straight into the back of a defender. Okay, so this is one of my biggest pet peeves on 25.
That's a good ad.
Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? You pass the ball directly into people's bodies that aren't even clicking steal. Or when they stand there with their hands up in front of you and you just throw the ball straight into their face or arms or hands or body. Like, hopefully the passing mechanics on 26 have been completely revamped. They added in the you can control when your player is going to bring the ball and do a rat pass to the side. Hopefully, just in general, the passing has been revamped, and you're not throwing it into people's bodies, and you're getting turnovers for you make the right pass, but your player does the wrong pass animation. Hopefully, they fixed all of that. Alley oops. Catching an alley oop now requires more skill. Once the pass is thrown, the finish button for the receiver will be randomized on higher difficulties to one of the 4 face buttons on your controller instead of always being square or X. So you really got to focus on lobs now. I'm going to be honest, that might be a little too challenging for a lot of people, and a lot of people probably just stop throwing lobs.
A lot of people can't even get it when it's just one button. So imagine 4. Imagine 4. I know you got a homie that's a big man that can't catch a oop to save his life. Because I got one.
I wonder if because it's now more skilled based, right? Because you have to actually pay attention. You have to not only time it, but click the right button. I wonder if the effectiveness of lobs will be increased because now they're more difficult to do. That's an interesting thing to think about. Setting screens. This is a small detail, but I know the big men will appreciate this. We'll talk about it for a second. Screeners can now control which way you want to face. Tapping the left stick slightly left or right from the direction you are currently screening will turn your player 45 degrees. And tapping the left stick in the opposite direction will turn your player 180 degrees. Basically, while you're setting the screen, if you're facing the wrong direction, you don't have to let go of screen now and then try to reposition yourself. Now, when you're holding the screen, if your player's not facing right, you can tap it and he'll shift a little bit. Or you can have him face the complete opposite way by tapping the left stick in the opposite direction. Nice little detail when it comes to screens. So I know the big men are going to like that because I've heard a lot of people say, why is my player facing the wrong direction when I'm trying to set a screen? I know that was a pet peeve for a lot of bigs.
I ain't gonna lie, this year I'm using all the advanced, updated, improved. I'm using all that. You feel me? Yeah, so. Summertime in Harlem, man. What you expect? So we seen gameplay. We seen the trailer. At this point, I'm just excited for the game to come out. Like I said, I'm streaming now, so the more content is better for me, in that world. But for the most part, like 2K is 2K. You feel me? Like no matter how many times we say we're not gonna buy it, we buy it. You feel me? But I just feel like 2K needs to stop taking advantage of that and really like give us what we really need. You feel me? What we want, what we need, and just a great game. You feel me? Just give us a great game. That's it for this video right here. This is my first YouTube video as far as my reaction. Like I said, hopefully the mic and the audio is good enough for you to go through this whole video. I will be ordering my Yeti and getting my audio better so just be on the lookout. You feel me? Like, comment, share. But that's the end of this right here. Like I said, it's my first video. You feel me? So I'm gonna just cut it off. I ain't really got no outro. You feel me? It is what it is. It's your boy TC. I'm gonna see y'all later.